Welcome back to Magnificent Feed, your #1 destination for the most explosive, unexpected, and shocking stories from the world of celebrities, entertainment, and pop culture. If it's jaw-dropping, unbelievable, or downright mysterious, you'll find it right here. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a single drop of truth in the world of glitz and secrets. Now buckle up, because today's story is not just another Hollywood headline. It's a revelation, a tale that twists behind the scenes of the entertainment empire. The legendary Eddie Murphy, a name synonymous with laughter, fame, and longevity in the entertainment industry, has come forward in a stunning court confession that is rocking not only Hollywood, but the entire world. Eddie Murphy didn't just vanish from Hollywood for no reason, and it wasn't creative burnout, or the need for a break, or family time, or health issues. No, this was something deeper, darker, and far more disturbing. In an unexpected court testimony related to the ongoing federal investigations involving Sean Diddy Combs, Eddie Murphy dropped a bombshell, a shocking statement that stunned the courtroom into silence. Eddie said, and we quote, "I left Hollywood because of Diddy. Let that sink in." Those words rippled through the courtroom like a lightning bolt. Reporters sat back in shock. Lawyers exchanged glances. The judge paused. And then, as the silence settled, the weight of what was said began to hit. The question on everyone's mind: what did he mean? What happened between Eddie Murphy and Diddy that was so disturbing, so jarring, so unsettling, that one of the most successful and beloved stars in Hollywood history decided to walk away? But to understand this moment, we need to rewind the clock. Go back, far back, to the peak of Eddie Murphy's career. The Beverly Hills Cop franchise, coming to America, Trading Places, raw, delirious. He was everywhere. Hollywood royalty, comedy genius. He wasn't just a star, he was the star. And then, slowly, he faded, vanished from the scene, reduced to a few appearances, some children's films, voice acting roles, and then silence. For years, fans speculated. Was he tired? Had Hollywood moved on? Was it a personal choice? But now, after years of mystery, Eddie is speaking. And the truth is nothing like we imagined. Eddie Murphy described a chilling night, a moment he said changed everything. A night at one of Diddy's infamous parties. Not your average Hollywood get-together. No, these were the gatherings whispered about across the industry. Elite, exclusive, and, according to some insiders, disturbingly secretive. Eddie recalled being invited personally. He didn't usually go. He wasn't big on the Hollywood party scene, but this one was different. Diddy had called. It was a celebration, a career opportunity, a gathering of powerful people. Something about it seemed too important to ignore. He arrived. Security was tight. Phones were taken. The house was luxurious, but the energy was strange. There were celebrities everywhere, but many weren't themselves. Some were quiet, some were overly friendly, some seemed afraid. As the night went on, Eddie said he began to feel like something wasn't right. He was offered drinks. He declined. People tried to pull him into private rooms. He said no. He saw things, interactions, conversations, people being ushered around that made him uncomfortable. And then he saw something that shook him to his core. In his testimony, Eddie didn't describe it in full detail, perhaps out of legal fear or to protect others involved, but he said it was enough to make me leave everything behind. It was something that involved power, manipulation, and control, something that made him question the entire industry he had been a part of for decades. "I realized Hollywood wasn't what I thought it was," he said, "and I didn't want to be a part of it anymore." The courtroom was still. This wasn't just a personal decision to step away. This was a reaction to something fundamentally wrong. Eddie Murphy, a man who had made hundreds of millions, who had conquered every level of fame, chose to walk away quietly rather than speak out until now. But why now? Why speak up during a federal investigation into Diddy? Because Eddie isn't the only one. In fact, what's emerging is a pattern. Over the last several months, the entertainment industry has been rocked by allegations surrounding Diddy. Parties, manipulation, blackmail, control, and worse. Several artists have come forward with stories of coercion, threats, and moral compromise. Many allege that his gatherings weren't just parties, but tests, places where stars were pushed, sometimes broken and bound by silence. The FBI raid, the lawsuits, the NDA leaks, it all points toward a dark underbelly in the entertainment elite. And Eddie Murphy's testimony may just be the match that lights a fire no one can put out. But it gets deeper. A name keeps coming up: Cater, a mysterious individual reportedly connected to these circles. Not much is publicly known, but in the undercurrent of Hollywood gossip, Cater is a figure of influence, a connector, someone who brings people together, but always for a reason. Eddie referenced Cater briefly in his testimony. "I was warned," he said. "Cater told me, Don't get too close to Diddy. He'll take more than you're willing to give. At the time, Eddie didn't listen. He thought it was just industry talk. But after that night, after what he saw, he understood. He never went back. What's even more disturbing is that Cater reportedly disappeared shortly after Eddie left Hollywood. Some say he moved overseas. Some say he was silenced. Some say he knew too much. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. Eddie Murphy is speaking now because he knows silence only protects the guilty. And this court case might be his chance to finally reveal the system that destroyed so many. Fans have rallied around him. Social media has exploded with support. We believe Eddie trended for 3 days. Industry veterans, from actors to producers, are coming forward with their own stories, their own regrets. But the studios? They're panicking. Sources from major film companies say Eddie's statement has sent shockwaves through executive boards. Deals are being paused. Investigations are quietly being launched. Lawyers are working overtime. Why? Because if what Eddie is saying turns out to be just the tip of the iceberg, then a whole generation of stars, directors, and moguls could be implicated. One former producer, speaking anonymously, said, "If Eddie's telling the truth, and I believe he is, then we're looking at one of the biggest scandals in entertainment history. Bigger than Weinstein, bigger than Epstein. This goes deep, and it's been protected for decades." What's also unsettling is how long Eddie stayed silent, and why. He said, "I wanted to protect my family. I didn't know who I could trust. They made it clear. If I talked, there would be consequences. So I disappeared." This explains his sudden retreat, the years of absence, the distance from press, the selective roles, the public quiet. But things are changing. Eddie's reappearance in court signals not just a man ready to speak, but a man tired of fear, a man who sees others now standing up, a man who knows that truth, no matter how delayed, still has the power to change everything. In a post-court interview, a reporter asked him, "Do you think this will destroy your legacy?" Eddie responded, "No, I think it'll protect it." And he's right, because now, more than ever, fans and truth seekers are looking not just for entertainment, but for authenticity, for courage, for people willing to lift the curtain and show what's really going on behind the glitter and glam. Magnificent Feed is watching this story closely, and as more names, documents, and testimonies come out, we'll be bringing them straight to you, because you deserve to know what really happened to the stars you grew up watching. Eddie Murphy's bravery might have cost him years of silence, but it's opening a floodgate of truth. And with Diddy facing multiple lawsuits, including federal charges, we may be on the edge of a moment that rewrites the rules of fame, power, and accountability in America. This is no longer just about one man walking away. It's about the cost of silence, the price of fame, and the courage it takes to say no more. Stay with us. More is coming. This has been Magnificent Feed. If you found this story shocking, eye-opening, or important, share it. Let the truth spread. Hit that like button, subscribe for more exclusives, and tap the notification bell so you're always the first to know what's really going on behind the scenes. We'll see you next time with more truths they don't want you to hear. Because here at Magnificent Feed, we don't just tell stories, we reveal the truth behind them.